She said, oh. Oh my.
Oh my.
Extra today. Extra. Read all about it.
Oh, look. Okay. Hey.
What's up?
Hey, everybody. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
Cut off.
It looks a little bit.
I'm gonna go fix that. It feels so weird. That's my tall torso, my high torso.
Probably, yeah. I think. But now it's. We'll be right with you. You see, it's kind of crooked. Turn it that way. You want me to do it?
What's up?
We set up these cameras, y'all. Yeah. Okay, that's better.
Is that good?
That's good.
You so silly. So goofy.
That's good, girl. You did it.
I ain't ready.
You did it.
I ain't ready.
Mm-hmm. What's up, everybody? We just getting started.
Yes.
Making sure everyone's, on live and getting these cameras straight. Getting our hair straight.
Yes, I
do.
know.
You know what we do.
Yeah, I am supposed to be doing watercolor, but I ain't got no water.
You have some water right there in that bottle.
That was $4.
Who you telling? I paid for it. Y'all, they trying to get you with this water today. $4 for a bottle of water.
I'm
For
so
one
upset.
bottle. But I was so thirsty because it's so hot. I did it anyway. It'll come back to me.
What did you do
Double
today?
fold, huh?
What did you do today? Why are you so hot?
Hot because I was at the farmer's market starting at 9 o'clock this morning setting up. And then it started at 10 and went until 2 o'clock.
Ooh.
So we were out there in the heat, y'all. But it was good. It was a good day. I was in Flower Mound, and that's my original market. Shout out to all my Flower Mound people with the Four Seasons markets. But yeah, we had a good time. It was just extra hot. But we had a good time though.
And I think, because we're now heading into that heat. The heat of.
It's not supposed to be summer heat though yet. This is supposed
I mean,
to be
it's
spring
May.
heat.
It's. I don't know.
Oh, it was hot, and I prefer to be hot than cold, but today was hot, so it was doing the most. So what you been up to all day?
So what did I do? So I got up, did some exercises. I started doing this thing called shaking, and basically it helps wake up your lymph nodes, and because I guess there's something that's in your body that doesn't pump by itself, so you have to make it pump. And so I saw it on TikTok. TikTok made me do it.
TikTok University.
And so I did that, and then I went and got dressed, and I went to her.
She came to see me today.
Yeah, the farmer's market or the market. What do you call it?
Farmer's
Just
market.
Farmer's market.
That's it.
And it was awesome because I just got to meet people, eat a lot of food.
I'm gonna get you a cup for some water for your watercolor.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
You know
yes.
I got you, boo. You know I got you.
Yes. So yeah, and it was just really cool connecting and buying a lot of stuff. They made me break my fast. I usually do intermittent fasting until 2 p.m. And today ended at 11:15. So we'll get back into the rhythm tomorrow. But yes, I hope everybody is good. I'm excited about today's topic.
Tell them about today's topic, friend.
We are talking about how to continue creating even while in a slump or a funk, or just one person, they asked, how do you keep creating when you just are not motivated? And I was like, that's a good topic.
That is a good topic. So while we're talking about that today, what are we creating?
So I'm going to be working on some watercolor. So watercolor was one of my first loves. Mm-hmm. And I haven't watercolored in so long. And I was like, so I did during my preschool last week, I brought out the watercolors, and I was like, I miss watercoloring.
She misses playing in watercolors.
Yes, and so I'm just going to try and get back into the rhythm of things. I have, some small sheets of paper. I'm very nervous, to create huge watercolor pieces, so I like to do small
Why are you nervous?
and intimate stuff because it just is so intimidating. And watercolor dries so quick, it's just you have to be fast, so it's maybe I can work on section by section, but I just have no idea. Yeah, what are you gonna be working on?
So I'm just gonna do some bracelets today. I have a couple of different beads I'm gonna work with, and I don't know if y'all be able to see them real well
They're
from the
so
camera
pretty.
angles. But I have some white howlite beads. I'm gonna try and at least hold them up so you can kind of see them. They're pretty. And then I found these beads. They're called light green angelite. And I really don't know if y'all be able to see the color of these beads, but let me tell y'all. I saw these beads in the store and I had to have them. There's just something really, I'll show them to Cicely.
They are gorgeous.
Yeah, they're a really pretty light green, but they're light and they just, I don't know, they feel good. I don't know how to explain it really, but yeah. They'll be on my Instagram and Etsy and everything, so you'll be able to purchase them and see them, and I'll definitely post pictures. But they're just beautiful. So I have that, and then I might mix them with some black onyx and see what I can create with all of that. So I figured I'd kind of keep it simple today, just make a couple bracelets while we chat. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing.
We gotta drink. We gotta pour us a drink.
So, Cicely, today's drink is Cicely's choice.
Snoop D-O double G.
And I'm from California, so you know, gotta rep the west side.
Have you guys ever had the Cali Red? I feel like he had another brand too. He also had a gin that was amazing. If you guys are luscious like me, so this is a Cali Red by 19 Crimes. I love 19 Crimes. 19 Crimes has some amazing wine, and I guess it's like it features people who have done crazy stuff. I don't know why that.
Oh, so that's the thing for today.
That's the thing for today.
Oh, I'm learning new stuff every day.
It's just
okay.
And I like the bottle. I like the art on it. I like the font. 14.1% alcohol. So that's really, I like anything with more than 13%. We're good to go. She's like, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm gonna try it just a little bit. So after this, she's doing the most already. After this, I'm going to a dance class, so I really need just to teach so I can make sure I know what I'm doing.
I'm gonna get me a little bit more and drink for you.
Throw it up.
Oh, and then one last thing, these t-shirts.
Oh, yeah. You might be able to see it, but I am CeCe, the creativepreneur.
And I am CeCe, the superpreneur.
I'm the creativepreneur, and I create dope-ish.
Yes. Hey. And I do all the things.
Hey, where can they find these shirts?
Y'all can go find them on
I want to share.
CicelyRenee.com. I know they're so cute, and I love the font. So this is my new signature font that I'm gonna be, using. I made mine. I think I'm gonna go and I'm gonna make some more, but I do feel like I'm going to have them made by a company and then send, because it's a lot of work making stuff, because I'm a superpreneur.
Because she does
I do all the things.
And I create dope-ish. Because I do. I've been gifted. Jesus was like, here you go, boo. I'm like, thank you.
Girl, cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
All right.
Do you like it?
So
she don't like it.
So yeah, I typically I like fruity and sweet. That's kind of, that's me. I'm sweet and I can be kind of silly and fruity.
Are you fruity?
I don't know if that's how you describe it. But anyways, so I'm more of a Moscato girl is what I will say.
My bad.
And so this is red, but it's not too bad.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yes.
But I'm sure this is your jam, ain't it?
I do. And it's very jammy too. So I love a red jammy wine with bold, robust, flavors. And it's peppery, it's sweet. I think it's sweet.
It's not too bad. It's not crisp like the other reds are. So it's not too bad.
Yes.
It's not too bad at all. All right, so let's get into this topic.
So we are here at Kindred Creatives, and so if you see cute kids walking by, that's because this is that space, right?
That's so funny.
All right, so go ahead and start.
Oh, she wants me to start today. Okay, so we're starting, take two. We're talking about how to get out of creative funks. And I think every creative goes through either a long season, a short season, a day, a week, of times when it's just hard to create for whatever reason. It's hard to think of, kind of come up with a concept, or maybe you feel like you've done it all. And so we go through these times where we're just like, what do you do, you know, and
Right.
how do you get back to where you enjoy it and all of the ideas are just flowing. And so I think I mentioned this last week, but one of the things that I've done recently to get out of a creative funk or slump is just to rest. Because I think that we, especially in our society, are just go. And then as creatives, we want to put out as much as possible and keep that flow going. But I think it's wisdom, especially when you feel it, either when you're in the moment and you feel it, or you recognize it before you get in that moment, just to take some time. Take some time for you. Take some time to rest, whether that's really like getting some good sleep or just finding something that you enjoy to sit down and do. But just some, you know, almost in a way like self-care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some time for you and just relax. Don't focus on, you know, for me, I have to make all of these earrings. I have to make all of these things. And just like enjoy spending time with friends and family maybe. So you can renew your spirit and renew your mind, you know, and so that creativity, hopefully through that rest, will kind of just come back and pop up and you'll be ready to go. So that was the first thing that I came up with.
I like resting. Resting is definitely good, especially when you start creating for business and it changes the dynamic of just creating just because you want to create.
Right.
So rest is definitely, you know, needed.
Yeah.
I think for me is like trying something new. I love taking classes, and I take classes on Skillshare. And just learning new techniques always helps me, you know, revive my. If you're trying to create and you want to revive something, taking a class, dance class, painting class. I take a lot of digital art classes on Instagram, or not Instagram, but Skillshare. And like I'm like, as soon as I learn a new technique, I'm just like, oh my gosh, and then I get addicted, and then I'm like, I want to do that over and over until I perfect it.
Yeah.
And so that's one of mine, is just to take a class, a fun creative class. No pressure, no stress, you know, don't worry about all the other stuff that you have to do, and just do something that is enjoyable.
Okay. And so it's interesting that you said that. We hadn't talked about like our ideas as far as this is concerned, right? But I wrote that down in my little notes, like just create, you know, there's no pressure. Right there, right?
Oh my gosh.
Like literally, this is why we do this.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Sorry, I stole your stuff.
You did. You stole my shine, and I don't appreciate it.
My bad.
But
my
yeah,
bad.
I have on here create for fun with no pressure. So, you know, she does her Skillshare and all of that, but just finding something, you know, that's fun to do, that you enjoy, where there's no pressure, there's no expectation.
Right.
You just get to free flow and you get to create, and it just feels good. And just taking that time to just unwind and maybe learn something, but it's fun to learn. It doesn't feel like you have to.
Right.
But it's just more kind of a fun thing. So that's cray.
That is my bad. I didn't mean to steal yolk.
Yes, you did.
No.
Yes, you did.
All right, what's your next one? Since I stole it, you might have to come up with another one.
I am going to have to come up with another one. Thank you very much. So the other one I had was to maybe just look for inspiration, and look for inspiration outside, maybe even outside of what you do, right? So I create jewelry and I, you know, create earrings. But what if I look at, since she's right here, like her artwork or something like that, you know, and I see how she's coloring, or the shapes that she's using and the design that she's using, and that might spark something in me to be like, oh, I wonder if I use this bead and this, you know, color, or if I'm painting earrings, you know, maybe I could, you know, create something that way.
Right.
And not even just maybe that, but maybe out in nature, you know, you go for a walk and you see something that inspires you. Or, you know, Kindred Creatives is located in Music City Mall. So you walk around the mall and, you know, you see people and you see different stores and other creatives and stuff like that. And not that you're biting their ideas, but what you see around you and the environment that you're in, maybe that'll spark something.
Oh, yeah.
So
I will piggyback off of that.
okay,
so
good. I'm
I
going to
love
find a
that.
ruler while you piggyback.
Okay. Can you also bring there's some markers. Do you see any markers?
Yeah, I just
I'll take that. So that's another thing. So like finding inspiration. So I wrote this book, The Art of Self-Care. And so I tap into creating as a form of self-care. And one of them is to, be inspired. So where can you get your inspiration? And like, I love being outside, tapping into nature. And so I speak on like grounding and like figuring out how to ground yourself. And then it like allows you to open your mind and all of that. And so another thing is like, I love going to museums and art galleries. Like, there's this one summer for 3 weeks, I went on a creative excursion. And so I got this from She's Gotta Have It, Nola Darling. I think it was season 2 where she got this
I remember that one.
Yes. And so she went and was able to go create and just engage with other people. And so I went to Minneapolis for about 6 days, and I think that was my first. So I created this painting, and it was in honor of Prince. It was during his birthday, and that was my first watercolor painting that I've ever sold. And I was just like, oh my gosh. And so that's when I really got heavy into the watercolor. Someone was like, you should sell this. I was like, what? Okay. Yeah. But anyway, so that was really cool. And so then I went to DC for 5 days or 4 days. And so I went to all the galleries. I was like looking at sculptures. Like I was going to independent bookstores and just tapping in and really like being immersed and in the creative realms, right? And just being opening your eyes, your heart, your mind, and just seeing what inspires you. And then I went to New York for 3 days. Oh, wow. And so it was a 3-state tour. And so it was amazing. And so New York ended on a really good note. Like I was able to go get, I love independent bookstores. And so it was one of my missions is to make sure I go to independent bookstores when I travel. So that's something that is like my travel list. Like I have to go to an independent, and most specific, like a Black-owned independent bookstore. Yeah. But yeah, so
that's cool.
Yeah.
And so that's funny, again, that you mentioned that. But I've been thinking about wanting to get away maybe for like a day or two, and not even like far away, just like maybe rent an Airbnb or a hotel to get out of my space at home and to get into a new space to create. I think that's good too. I guess it was a couple of months ago, I went to Little Elm Beach here in the DFW area, for those that may be out of state. And it's not really a beach, it's like a man-made thing or whatever. But I went out there, and a friend of mine came with me, and I took all kinds of materials and snacks, because snacks are important. Yes. And I just sat out there and created. Yeah. And that felt good, because I'm an outdoors girl anyway, and so I was outside. It was, there's lots of people there, but it was still peaceful. I had my friend with me. We had snacks. She was doing her thing. I was making jewelry. And so just to even be able to take time to create outside. Like I've done that at a park too near my house. And I love that. And I'm going to continue, even though it's a little hotter outside. Yeah. I'm going to continue to just find other spaces to create in. And I think that would help you too, because sometimes if you create in the same space, it could, kind of, I don't want to say take its toll, but you're so used to it, So I think getting out of that space.
Oh yeah,
that's good. I know we should do like let's do it. Let's go somewhere, just like for like a night or something, and just create.
Oh my God, that would be so amazing.
Wouldn't that be so
it
cool?
Would. And we can get some girls or guys too, if you guys want to like have like this creative
retreat.
Yeah. It's in the works, y'all.
Listen.
Add it to your calendar.
Listen.
Well, TBA, to be announced.
To be announced.
But that would be amazing.
That'd be so cool. Okay, I'm gonna write that down. Do I have my pen over here?
Yes,
we'll make that
creative retreat. And that's gonna be beautiful. Look, thank y'all for watching us so that we can come up with these ideas. So I wanted also to say, because you were talking about moving your space, so like I've been creating in this space, but I've been sitting behind that desk. Like every time I'm creating, I'm behind that desk. And so just a few days ago, I moved my space to the window, and I just like shifted, like a whole shift, just like not even a huge one, just something simple. getting some different lighting,
Yep.
you know, can definitely help with that as well.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yes.
So, do you guys have any questions? We do have that. Hopefully will come back online. But yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything about how to, you know, get out of a creative slump, or if you have any suggestions yourselves about how to get, you know, that we could share with everybody else watching, that would be dope too.
And then hopefully,
to be able to share.
Yeah, hopefully we can see your messages. I don't know where these messages are gonna come from, but
Oh yeah.
so this one, but like, yeah,
we'll have to figure that out.
we're
so
gonna
we
work
can
on that.
make sure to see your guys'
And we
questions.
can always do another video in response to what they're asking too.
So definitely ask questions or come up with suggestions, and we can even make posts like afterwards, right?
Yep.
To share, you know, how to get out of creative
We done
slump.
created a huge thing. We about to. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
That's awesome. So how's your watercoloring going?
It's going well. I just
Show the people
so
just the progress, right?
I made like I didn't know what I was doing. This is what just came out. And so one of the things I like to do is like intuitive type stuff. And so like just seeing what happens. So I love creating not just for the end goal, but the process and like how I feel going through it, what comes out, what's in my head, you know, and just seeing what the results will be at the end. And so unplanned, I don't know. So I'm gonna add some flowers and some stems and stuff like that. I love watercolor and pen. Like that was my signature, is like watercolor and pen. And so that is what I'm going to be doing. All
right. And so I just finished up just a simple, this one doesn't have like any crazy design or anything like that, but just a simple howlite bracelet. Usually I try to make different sizes because I know for people like me, I have itty bitty tiny wrists, and there's other people.
I'm a big girl.
She said she a big girl. And so I try to make different sizes to fit everybody. But yeah, so this is just a super simple design, just all one color, and I'm gonna do probably a couple of more that are all one color as well. And those are just kind of easy to knock out for those that may be looking for just an easy craft to do. You don't even have to be necessarily an entrepreneur or anything. If you just want to sit and craft and make things, bracelets are super easy.
Yes.
I do get my beads from a variety of places, but you know, obviously you can find them in local craft stores like Hobby Lobby or Michael's, anything like that. I use Stretch Magic for my string, for my bracelets. And then also I found these cool, you know, when I first got into creating, they're like little bead stoppers, and you probably really won't be able to see that because it's
that's cute.
so tiny, but you could put at the end of your string so your beads don't fall off. So yeah,
that's awesome.
What I'm over here doing is about to start on bracelet number 2.
Yes. Excuse me, sorry.
It must be that Snoop Dogg. That Snoop Dogg.
Double
Snoop
G.
Dogg. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yes. So what are
Okay.
some other things that you create? Like, what are some of your favorite things to make and why?
Oh, that's a good question. Let me marinate on that for just a moment. Favorite things to create. You know what I really like to do is create the earrings that I create, and I use fabric.
Okay.
And the reason I say that's probably my favorite is because I'm able to take this huge piece of fabric. I usually get about 2 to 3 yards, just so I have enough to use for other things as well. But finding within that piece of fabric, being able to find different designs in it.
Oh, yes.
Yes, because there's so much in one piece, you know, so when I'm creating, it doesn't have to be the same, or I can find that cute little smallest detail within the fabric and make that the centerpiece of
I love that.
Yeah, make that the centerpiece of the earring. So
that's cool. I like
you.
that.
Yeah. And so I made a pair that I think has sold out already, but and I sold it yesterday. And the lady's husband, they both loved the earrings, but the lady's husband noticed, oh, this piece, this one has red in it, this one doesn't. She's like, I know, that's what makes it so cool. Just because it's the same fabric, but just, just a different space to bring in lots of different colors. So
I love it.
Yeah, I love the farmer's market. You just meet some really awesome people.
That is
really awesome, sweet people. So yeah, anyways, that's my favorite thing to create. And what I love about that too is that I can use different shapes with the creation. So, I can make the earrings circle, or I can make them half circle, or, have specifically cut shapes and then go from there. So it's all different, but with the same fabric. So sometimes I call that collection, or what I do with that, cut from the same cloth, because it's different, but it's all in one.
I love
so
it.
yeah.
That's cool. And I mean, that's similar with what some of the things that I've done too, because like I would paint this huge painting, and then I will find a specific spot and I'm like, that is gorgeous, and I get a really good close-up and I just take a picture of that, and then that becomes the print instead of the whole entire thing. I'm just like, we're just gonna focus on this. And I just love that. And so that's something also, like if you are wanting to be in the creative stage or the creative, lifestyle when it comes to self-care, one of my favorite activities is just like staring at a photo, not the whole thing, but finding something that really, speaks to you, and just kind of stare at it and study it and connect with it and figure out like why it's speaking to you. So that's, if y'all want to take a class, I got y'all.
She got these classes, y'all.
Yes.
All right, so part 2 of the question that we got, which was for today's I guess, are we calling this a podcast? Is this what this is?
Yeah, video cast.
This thing that we're thinking right now was how to stay motivated.
Okay.
So how, we talked about getting over the slump and what we can do to get over the slump, but how do you stay motivated?
Yeah. Do you want to go first?
No, I asked you.
Yeah, I lost my top and I don't know what I did with it. But, sorry. So how I stay motivated, I don't know. So like I want to make sure that I keep the love and passion in my creativity. So like I have had projects on top of projects, and they weren't for me, they were always working for other people. And so I would spend like maybe 2-3 weeks without creating. And so I'm just like, dang, that's not cool, right? I'm like, because creativity or creating is like part of my healing, what I do for self-care. And so there'll be days where I'm just like, you know what? I'm not doing anything for the other people. I'm just going to create to my heart's desire. And then that helps build and bring me like ideas. So like if I'm taking a class or if I'm studying on a new artist, then I'm like, oh, this is good. And this could be helpful and beneficial to the people that I'm working with, the different projects. But just kind of like making sure that you remember your passion, your focus. And so just always come back to, you and why it matters to you. And I think that will help you stay motivated as well. Okay. I don't know.
That's cool. And so I'm going to go, that is super important. And at the end of the day, I think you do have to do it for you. Yeah. Right? But I'm going to go on the opposite side of that. And it's really like the reason why I started my business in the first place. I love to make people smile, and just to let them know that I love and appreciate them. And so if ever I made anything for myself and somebody was like, ooh, I like that, you make me one, just to know like the joy it brought to them when I made that for them. Or even like if they didn't know and I just surprised them like, hey, I made something for you, and just to see that. So a lot of my motivation does come from just the thought of what it will do for other people. I want to let other people know that they're loved. And I think especially if it's like a custom piece, like you thought about, they're like, you thought about me and you did this for me. Right. And so that's really important to me, and it helps me stay motivated, is just the thought of what this will mean for somebody. And I want people to, even if at the farmer's market, if they're buying my piece, I want them to feel like this was made for me.
Right.
You know, have that connection to the piece. Like she thought of me and she made this for me, and, you know, help them to feel the love and feel encouraged. Usually in my bags that I hand out when people are buying something, like I have a little inspiration card. So just, you know, just to like kind of breathe life into them and let them know
so
that
it's a purpose.
Yeah.
So that's
absolutely.
Staying motivated because it's your purpose.
Absolutely. So that is definitely one motivation. And then like my peoples, my friends, my family, my mama, all that love and encourage me and support me. Like they are definitely a motivation just to keep going, you know, like people got me and I appreciate them, and so that's definitely another motivation.
Yeah, and so with the whole motivation with family and friends and stuff, and you know, because sometimes you struggle, you're putting all this stuff out there, and people aren't, you know, they're not giving you the feedback or, you know, the support that you want them to have. But always just kind of focus on what you are getting from the people that are really supporting you, and you know, just keep putting it out there. It's for whatever you're doing, it's for someone, right?
Keep going.
And keep going. Don't stop. I definitely love when I get support and like, ooh, I love comments.
Yeah.
I love, you know, shares, you know, like it's, you know, it may be one comment, one share, but that's
it means
like,
so
it
much.
means a lot, most definitely. I know there's this like TikTok video where it's like, to all the 9 people who have liked and shared my, thank you, or something like that. You are the world, because it really does. It does help. It does.
Makes a difference,
I'm like,
for sure.
We're not doing this in vain. Like, we're not doing this for, you know, cheers and accolades, but we're doing it. But it's nice to know that, you know,
people see you.
Yeah.
People see you and that they appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really cute.
Thank you.
Girl. Yeah, we're going to have to post these so people can see, like, the end result of what we made today.
Yes.
But that's cute, girl. Y'all. That's why she has the I'm creative. I am. I will always tell. That's why she has the superpreneur shirt, y'all, because she be making all of the stuff and the things, and it be looking right.
Aww.
And she just be doodling, but she
doodling. Doodling is my life. I love doodling.
And then how about that when you doodle? And then does that ever create like, you know, oh, I'm just doing this, then all of a sudden like
it turns into something. Yeah, and you're like, dang. Because it did turn out pretty. I'm like, okay, that's cute.
She's cute. That could be a whole, I don't know, do people send cards these days?
Yeah, I hope
could be
so.
A whole, like, you know, card.
Yes.
Yeah.
Aw, it's gorgeous.
It's so cute.
Oh my gosh, we are some goofy people, and I love it.
And I appreciate every second of it. So,
yes.
All right, girl. Well, I finished my second.
Okay.
I'm knocking them out. You know what I'm saying? I'm knocking them out. This is what I do. This is what I do.
Aw. Well, yeah, so we want you to continue, you know, following us. I hope this is, like, helpful for y'all.
I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah.
I hope it was helpful. We gave you some good ideas and good tips.
And if you have any questions, it can be about anything. We'll talk about anything.
Topics that you guys want to hear, you know, like want us to talk about. Let us know maybe in the comments what y'all created today. Yeah. You know, or send us pictures and we can share them,
and
you
tag
know.
Us.
Yeah, tag them.
Crafting and chatting with the CeCe.
Yeah, let us know. Send us some pictures, topics.
Yep.
All of that good stuff.
And stay tuned for that creative retreat.
Listen, that's going to be a thing.
Oh my gosh.
Let us know if y'all be interested in something like that for real, because we can make that a thing. Absolutely.
I'm excited about that.
100%. CeCe.
Yes.
Tell them where to find you, Garrett.
Okay, so you can find me on so many different.
Girl, all of it.
Super.
Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
So so you can buy my stuff at CeRenee.com. I have a brand called
spelled C Renee.
Oh, sorry, not even C Renee. It's actually Cicely Renee. Cicely, my name is CiCelyRenee.com. That's where you can buy different things. I don't post everything. Like, I'll post like something on Instagram, but it won't be automatically put it because it's a lot of work, y'all. And then so you can follow me on either C Renee Art or Sincerely Peace. And so Sincerely Peace is my brand where I promote peace as a lifestyle, and I use like my artwork to, you know, do the Sincerely Peace too. Sincerely Peace. And then
where are we?
We are at Kindred Creatives Art and Literary Press in the Music City Mall on the 2nd floor, and we would love to see you. Yeah. And if you want to hop on this podcast with us and chat with us and create,
be a guest, please.
Come on through. Just let us know, okay?
Yeah, holla at us. Let us know for sure.
This video was sponsored by CeCe. Go ahead and tell them where they can find you. No.
I'm a sponsor, y'all. All right, so I am on Facebook, Instagram, and Etsy at LOVECECEK. I make it easy. She got all of the... Her creative self has all of the things. LOVECECEK. That's on Instagram, Facebook, and Etsy. And kind of like her, not everything is on Etsy. But I'm getting there, y'all. I'm getting so much better. I'm going to get so much better at putting all this stuff on there so y'all can buy it. Because I want to share my talents with y'all on Etsy.
Yes,
so and that's where you can find me.
How do you like Etsy? What, do you have
it's okay. Yeah. We can get into that for a second, I guess.
Yeah.
So, long story short, I love people-to-people contact, right? And so I know we're very much so in like an internet, social media, all of the online, world or whatever. But I love like doing the farmers markets and events where I can see people, I can talk to people, I can watch as they're looking at the different pieces and touching them and the comments that they make about them. So I do, I have my Etsy and I like my Etsy, but I do like the more the people part of it.
Yes. I just closed one Etsy shop and opened up another one.
Okay.
So my new Etsy shop is all about digital downloads. So like digital arts, planners, all that stuff. So that one it's just called Cicely Renee Shop. Yeah. Okay. And so that's all my digital. I love creating stuff, but I also don't like to ship a lot of stuff because I'm doing so much. So I'm like, you know what? We'll just make it digital so that you can download it and upload it. So I have art prints on there. Some really cool stuff. So
she really does.
Yeah.
Please check it out. Her artwork is amazing, and I'm not just saying that because she's sitting next to me, y'all.
She is.
That's good work.
All right. Well, it has been a pleasure.
Thanks, friend.
Yes.
Thanks, friend. Thanks, Snoop, for the
the
line.
Yeah, he didn't sponsor it, but he can.
He did not.
So Snoop, if you want to sponsor it, next one,
how about with a little small business and whatnot? I'm from Southern California.
Yes. And next week we'll have a sweeter drink. A sweeter.
Yay! Like me. All right, guys. I'm CeCe.
And I am CeCe.
And this is Craftin and Chatting with the CeCe.
It's been a pleasure.
See y'all later.
All right.
Let's turn these cameras off.